MasterCard, it usually takes 6 weeks to even be approved by, Visa, MasterCard, or whoever we'd use. So it's a process. Okay, this is exciting what we announced yesterday on the update call. We love cryptocurrency nation, crypto cash nation program the way it was, but we're constantly trying to find ways to refine it and make it better. And from experience, we had people that were coming in that were perfectly capable of bringing in people right away, but a lot of times people who are big leaders, and that's who I'm referring to, they were they focus on putting together a plan, a strategy to go to their top leaders. And they want to make sure they fully understand it. So they kind of put it in neutral for a little bit. And then there's the type of people who just aren't in a hurry to build. Now, we've told, Russ has had a call where he explained the difference of building quickly or building slowly. And we want to give people the option to do whatever suits them. All right. And so we had these executives who, like I said, could have shoved 10 people in, in the first day. But they got to the end of the 7 days and they had slid back to being a free member. And they didn't understand why. They got very upset. Okay. And then we've also have some people that are slow starters that were being sliding back. Okay, from basic to free, or sometimes even coming in at premium and sliding back to basic or free. And that we didn't like. We don't like people sliding back. Now, of course, you have to pay for the product to get the product. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But when you make that initial payment for basic or your initial payment for premium, moving from basic to premium or coming in at premium, we don't want you to backslide as far as the earning potential goes. So this is what we implemented just yesterday. We posted this in, so all the rules there, and matter of fact, you ought to download this from your back office. It's on the community tool chest, okay, right at the very top, okay, and read it. You ought to know what the rules are to this thing. How does the co-op synergy loop system work? It's all there, and free members and what they earn. And if you were let's say a basic member and earning $10 for everybody coded to you, and then all of a sudden you had you backslid on it, okay, you would be now earning $5 coded to you, because that's what free members gets for everybody, whether they are a basic or premium member who's coded to them through the SLS. Okay, they're earning $5. Now, we designed this so that people around the world can work their way up that, may not even have 2 nickels to rub together, but they have they have access to the internet. They can go and build a business. Okay. They can find people who do have money. And in the basic membership, that's $15 weekly. Now, that is an educational product you're subscribing to. So when you subscribe to that and you're not able to pay for it because you didn't go out and do what we strongly recommend, and I'll tell you quite strongly that we feel people need to get their first 4 people in 72 hours. And if you knew exactly what you had your hands on here, that wouldn't be a problem. You don't have to sell. You don't have to recruit. Find 4 people that you would like to help positively change their life and have you know, because we're telling you it's a one-time out of pocket, but it's not a one-time pocket if you backslide and you have to pay again, unless you earn your way back, but you're earning at half the rate. If you have a premium member coded to you, okay, and you're free, it's still just $5. But if you're basic, for basic members and premium members, it's $10. Okay, you double your coded bonuses. Okay, but premium members, they have $10 for basic and $30 for other premium members. But oh my gosh, to get back to premium from free, okay, or to get back to basic and then get back to premium, man, that's a hard road to tow. And a lot of people would get discouraged and just drop out. And we don't want that. It doesn't matter to us. It matters to you if you want to build slowly, okay? It matters to you a great deal, okay? But as opposed to building quickly. But we want you to feel like you're at home, and want the plan to be very forgiving, and we don't want it to be a glass mountain to climb. So what we implemented here is in purple, okay, that if a basic member is unable to pay their basic subscription for any given week, they will only have access to the first 2 levels of the crypto education product until they are current again. And what we're saying there is that all free members, everybody who joins, has access to phase 1 and phase 2. Those are the first 2 levels of education. Okay, so you backslid as far as buying the product. You're not paying any money. Okay, we didn't make you a free member, because if we made you a free member, now when you have somebody come in, you only earn $5. Okay, so anyway, you don't get the education because you're not paying for the level 3 education. That's what you normally get as a basic member. Okay, so you don't get that. A basic member never reverts back to a free member. Woohoo! There we go. That's a big one right there. Okay, it is easy to restore a member's paid basic membership status again. They are still qualified to earn from both basic and premium subscription payments, $10, not $5. Okay, so in essence, education, they're like a free member, but we kept them a basic. They kept the badge. They paid just one time out of pocket, and they're still a basic. Okay, and as far as the earnings go, okay, and prestige, okay, but in your downline viewer, you will actually see people that you referred. You'll actually be able to see the countdown on their subscription. Okay, you'll be able to see if they're unpaid, and if they're unpaid, we changed the name from free member, okay, to under finance to unpaid member. Okay, so we changed the name there and the header at that page. And that's if they, if you want to, for whatever reason, you want to upgrade them to premium, because you can do that. So they're listed now as an unpaid member, not a free member. Okay. So anyway, the earned funds will be used to automatically bring their basic membership subscription current again for a new 7-day cycle. In other words, when you are paid, that starts the clock again on a 7-day cycle. And a lot of companies would say, well, when you get caught up, or when but we're not doing that. Okay, and because you could, on your original cycle, maybe have 2 days left. Okay, and before, so and then you'd have to pay again. So we want you to, it's a 7-day subscription. So now you get the product and it's a 7-day subscription. We start the clock again. Okay, a member who is an unpaid status cannot do a transfer or withdrawal request until they are once again a paid status. Now, I don't want you to misunderstand that. If you say, hey, that's my money, I earned it, you're absolutely right. If you're wanting out, okay, we'll let you go, and we'll take away your membership and we'll give you what's sitting in there. Okay, because it's your money, all right? But we're assuming you want to continue with this. And if we didn't have that in there, it could be very much manipulated. And I think if you sit there and think about it, yes, it could. You know, a constant sweep of the account. And hey, I can just earn money all day long and never pay for the product, okay? And that's not the way this works, okay? You would be taking money away from whomever you would be coded to that week. So we have that in place to make sure, you know, people are reinstated, okay, and as fast as we possibly can. And now you can earn at $10 as opposed to $5 because you're still essentially a basic member. Now, and again, once a basic member has earned $49, they can be automatically upgraded to premium member. That's a toggle switch on your reserve wallet page up in the top right. And if you go and change that from basic to premium, okay, you'll automatically be upgraded to premium as soon as you have $49 in your wallet. Why would you want to do that? Well, you get a lot better product, okay, you know, that you get that phase 4, okay, or level 4 education, 1. And 2, you don't want to be receiving emails saying, hey, congratulations, you just earned $10, but you could have earned $30 if you were a premium member. Okay, so you don't want it. You get 2 of those and you've already lost money. You would have been better off just paying the $49. Okay, because again, that's $30 as opposed to $10, so $20 and $20 plus the $15 you're paying for. So you see that the math adds up. Okay, that's $55 that if you would you know, not paid if you'd just paid the $49, you'd be ahead $6 right there with 2 of those emails. Okay, so we did the same thing with premium. Okay, if a premium member is unable to pay their premium subscription for any given week, they will only have access to the 2 levels of education. What you get is free. So in essence, they would, as far as the product be going to free. We're not even gonna take the basic and downgrade them and pay for basic, because why? Okay, they wanna get back to premium. And if we took the $15 to pay that out, now it's much harder to get back to premium again. Okay, so this was just a choice of logic. Okay, we want to help you get back to premium. A premium member never reverts back to a lesser membership level. It is easy to restore, just the same rules. You make $10 on basic and $30 on premium. And guess what? Your sponsor makes the match. Okay, now they have to be paid to be silver or gold. You can't be unpaid and be silver or gold. Okay, so if the sponsor of an unpaid member, okay, is, let's say, gold, and these people that are trying to work their way back earns $30, they're going to get a $12 match. Okay, even though that person is unpaid. See how forgiving we are and how passive we are. We want to help you. We don't want this to be a glass mountain for people to climb. Okay, so anyway, and it would start a new 7-day cycle as soon as they're able to pay again. So you don't get demoted, you don't get the education until you pay for it, and that's 5-7 there. A member who is an unpaid status cannot transfer or do withdrawals until they're back to paid status. Okay, so Now, this doesn't have anything to do with silver, gold, and platinum. I want to point out this key to you here with 4 to 6 paid members on their first generation silver. Okay, and 40% with 7 to 9 paid members, okay, gold, and 10 or more paid members. Okay, so you can't count an unpaid member towards you being silver, gold, or platinum. Okay, so, you know, I think that would make perfect sense to you too. These rule changes shown in purple are extremely forgiving and have already been put into effect with members grandfathered in. This means that for those who have paid for basic or premium membership subscription and have slipped to a lesser membership status, have been reinstated based on these new rules. However, transactions that happened while the previous rules were in force will not be considered for any adjustment. Okay, so that is what we did, Russ. And that's a big deal.
Yes, it is. And thank you very much for getting to the bottom of that and figuring that out. Because the way I do things, guys, is, you know, I see the top of the career path here is 10, and I put in 25 people, you know, within, I don't know, a few days. And then I never worried about it again and never really thought about it. And just because that's kind of the way I do things. And it was great that JC had the foresight to go in and talk to some of you guys who there was some issues because people weren't, you know, they were starting slow and they weren't getting their, you know, they weren't funding their business as a business. So with that, JC, can you throw the screen back my way? Is that possible?
Well, you can take it, okay, but I thought I would show one more thing that I was referring to, okay, and then you just go in and grab it whenever you want. Okay, you start sharing and it'll ask you if you want to take it away from me and you say yes. But anyway, guys, we've been saying that the cornerstone, okay, of building this, and it's absolutely true, is 4, 4, and 2. Okay, and I'm showing 15 because look, $76 is enough to take you to premium. And if you go to change that toggle switch, that's going to happen. Okay, and you're at silver and you're able to be paid to infinity. This is a big deal. But here's what I believe we should be doing, and to break it down into more even simpler levels of understanding, is everybody needs to try to get their 4 right there in the first 72 hours. Now, do you have to? No. Do we punish you if you don't? No. Okay. Is it in your best interest? Well, if you had put $100,000 in this and we told you that you needed to get 4 in the first 72 hours, would you do it? Okay. Everybody would. And I'm saying if everybody did this, you're going, and I'm, you know, yeah, you want to go to 8 and 12. I do it in chunks of 4. Okay. But when you get 2 and help them get 2, or 4, sorry, when you get 4 and help them get 4, and what do you want to do before you even think about expanding, going wide? Okay, you want to get your 4 to do the same thing, that cornerstone. But if you did this 72 hours for you, 72 hours for your 4 to get their 4, 72 hours for them to get their 4, every single week, you're adding 2 more generations. There's 2 weeks, okay? There's 3 weeks. There's 4 weeks, okay? I'm telling you, the real nuts and bolts of this, and you need to focus on that. And if you want to build fast, like what we're suggesting, okay, just everybody come in and get their 4 in the first 72 hours. And then focus on helping those 4 get their 4. And then make sure that they are continuing that, helping their 4, which is your part of your 16. Okay. And boom, you're down 64. Hey, what do you do, when you are, you know, just at 3 levels? Okay. You just, oh, that's interesting. I never noticed that in a calculator. It's not changing the number over here on the side. Something went weird. I'll fix it, everybody. Okay, but anyway, the point of it is that this will. This is on my spreadsheet. Okay, not the SLS calculator that you guys have. This is on my desktop. But anyway, when you have this, what do? Go get another 4. Do it again. Just do it again. Okay, exact same thing. And now you're gold and you padded it by 1. Then do it again. Now you have 12. You're padding platinum by 2. Okay, Russ, take it.
Okay, let me see. How do I do this?
Hi, Russ.
Hey, I can hear you.
Can I say something?
You certainly can.
I cannot hear you.
Oh, you can't hear me?
I can hear you.
Jesse?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Well, I'm extremely appreciative of what JC just did for the whole world. You are too generous, sir. And I think you really trying to help the world. I have been 35 years in this industry. I haven't seen such a generosity, ladies and gentlemen, to maintain your status as premium out of respect. That means each one who got this generosity, we need to respect it and return it, and we cannot just sleep on it. This is serious business for serious leaders only. And if you don't take it serious, I'm sorry, in my dictionary and my team, I have no time for those people. I'm still your friend. But if you are not really awake by now with these numbers, 4 who bring 4 and do 3, it's just amazing. I thank you, JC and Russ and everyone who's involved with this company, because I have not seen anything like it. And I'm glad our leaders are back. Sherry is great to see you back. And she has Josie D. She just joined with us, awesome leader from Tampa, and Frank M. from Orlando. Welcome on the call. Frederick Gulam from Haiti. Welcome on the call, another leader. Guys, this is a wake-up call. This is a real company with real leaders, real founders. It's just amazing. I'm very, very impressed, and thank you again for really what you're doing to make people in 6 months or less, you can retire financially if you go to work, everyone. Thank you so much. God bless you.
Thank you.
May I add to that, guys? This is Bear. It's been it's not a long journey. It's went for those of us that have been a part of the co-op movement, because it's the concept that, for me, that got me excited was the co-op. Every time I just talk about the co-op as a business model, governance, rule of law, to do what we love to do, and that's network and empower others. And it's been an 18-month journey for some of us, a little bit more, a little less for others. But in the 18 months, every time there has been a change, it's been a change for the body, for the whole group. It's been an amazing experience. It just truly has. And Dr. K, you're so correct. If you just go out and just come with the right attitude about what we are trying to accomplish here, and with the leadership for with our great economist, Crypto Z, and what he does for us as a group, we can go on and on and on. There's been many man hours put together, and some dollars as well, Federal Reserve notes. But I've been like you, Dr. K, in the industry since 1982, the home-based business industry network, MLM. And for me, it is the governance, rule of law again. I can honestly tell every person I talk to, this is not a multi-level marketing corporation. MLM is dead. We are cooperative. We are here for the whole. And if you just take it as serious with these numbers, as small in numbers as they are, with 20 people in your group, it is, you get a part-time income. It's not rocket science. Just believe in your dreams, take action, and wow, what's going to happen here over the next week, 2 weeks, month, will literally stagger some people's minds. And guys, thank you. Thank you for the platform. Thank you for everything all of us are doing together, because we are here together. Everyone achieves more. That's our co-op. Thanks.
Awesome. Okay, so what I wanted to do a little bit today, guys, we're already half past the hour here. I wanted to have a little bit of fun, and what I'm going to do is you know, all of our mics have the opportunity to, you know, if you have background noise, please stay muted out. But I'm just going to ask you guys some questions. Let's have a little bit of a kind of an open book test right now. So I'm going to ask a questions, and you guys just come up with an answer. And sometimes I'm going to ask someone to explain why they said that answer. And I find sometimes when I do this with my teams, especially with leaders, it's a little bit of fun. It's engaging. It's participatory. But moreover, it gives you a good teaching moment to really kind of, you know, knock in some of those really important facets of what we're doing. Why? So the first question, and it's a compensation plan question, is how many paid people on your first generation does it take for you to be in a position that your next week's fees are paid for?
2.
Anyone can answer.
2.
Okay, great. Now, how many people does it take for you to be a platinum, and how long did you have to be a platinum to qualify for that 1% share bonus?
10.
10.
Yeah, 10. And how long do you have to qualify for that?
1 week.
No, I believe it's 3 months, a quarter. Is that correct? One quarter.
That is correct. So that means that you have to qualify that for a quarter. So
90 days.
For 90 days. So now, knowing that from a participating in a compensation plan point of view, what would be the smartest thing for a person who ultimately, you know, you put your 4 in, you build your 4, you put your 4 in, you build your 4, you know, now you know, what would be the smartest thing for someone to do to stay in long-term qualification for that?
Get 15 right away.
So get 15 people. Now, whether it's right away or you're building in 4s, both answers are right. I'm with you. I like the right away thing, but everybody's different, and you can go at your own pace, whatever that is for you. But yes, you're absolutely right. So it's 15. Okay, so what is the foundation of the compensation plan and why?
What is the foundation? It's a 4 people who have, therefore 16, 20 people. And why that is that you are now having all of your expenses paid.
Okay, so anybody want to add to that? There's about 3 or 4 different reasons why why you put in 4 and help your 4 get 4. There's 3 or 4 different reasons why that would make you know, brilliant sense for you.
You earn on all levels.
Okay, great, Mark. Okay, so guys, so what it means is, remember, once you put in your 4th personal, you have an opportunity to be able to earn down infinite levels. So that's a great answer. Anybody else?
You don't
qualify
fall
for 20%.
below qualification.
Okay, perfect. Someone said qualify for 20%. So that means you get your 20% silver matching bonus. So right now we have You're getting your course for free, which is wonderful. You're able to earn your infinite levels down. That's fantastic. And you're in a position to be able to be a silver. Anything else? And I think this is actually the most important one.
Okay.
Everybody makes money.
Jeopardy. Sorry about that. I was having some fun there. Go on.
Well, we kind of know that everybody will make money, and I'll multiply it by 2 every time if we all have 4. If we only have 2, we're going to have our own membership paid for, but that's about it. So we all in the plus.
You are 100% correct. Thank you very much for having that insight. So what was being said there is that if you have 2, your stuff's paid for, and that's wonderful. And there's nothing wrong with that, guys. It's a fabulous thing. However, if you focus on getting the 4, now what's going on is because you've put more than 2 in, you've really solidified the fact that the statistical likelihood of you getting paid week after week after week has significantly gone up. But if you help those 4 people get 4, now what you've done is you've locked yourself in one level deep at that point. So not only have you locked yourself in your width, but you've also locked yourself in depth because you've helped those people, not yourself. You've helped those people put themselves in a position where they're now, they're now safe from having to pay anything from their external wallet. So this is a question. When you're starting someone up, there's 2 ways to build this business. What are the 2 ways to build this business? I'll just leave that question there. There's 2, and anybody can answer. Let's Barry, you ferme la bouche for a couple minutes there.
Okay.
Okay. Moi, je peux ouvrir ma bouche. One, and I think you changed the term to unpaid member and,
right.
The paid member, right?
Yes.
No, sorry. The question is, there's 2 ways to build this business. So let's say I was enrolling you tonight, and we were going to have that first conversation because you told me and said, "Hey, Russ, you know what? This is fantabulous. I love it. I want to do this." So my first question to you, is basically, okay, there's 2 ways to build this business. What are they?
You can build it slow or you can build it fast. Do you want to do it for education or do you want to do it to earn?
Exactly. Now, guys, why is it so important to ask that question? What do you guys think? And it's probably a myriad of different answers, but I'm really looking for one solid, answer. And I'll let you guys talk first, and we'll get into it.
You're looking for their goals, not trying to put your goals on them. Your goal. You want to find out what their goals are.
Absolutely.
What their needs are, yes.
What their needs are. What else?
And what their commitment will be to the business. To
I like that too. Commitment. Okay, that's good. One simple question. You can get all of these answers, guys. It's just, remember, asking people questions. It seems like it seems like this. I don't know. I don't think it's an art form. I think it's just logical, right? But the answer I'm really looking for in every.
I know the answer. Can I make it?
Yeah, I'll let you speak this time, Bear.
Thank you. It is, how much are you willing to commit financially to your business?
That is correct. And that is the second reason. And the first reason is, guys, and it's more of a compliance. It's more of a compliance thing for me, is like, guys, we're a trading company. So I want to ask a question to people to say, hey, you know what? Are you really interested in trading or not? And if you're willing to build a crypto portfolio, if you have background noise, please mute yourself out. If you have a crypto portfolio, I'm going to mute everybody and allow you guys to come back in. So if you have a crypto portfolio, you've got an opportunity to learn. So if you're going to build this slow and just learn, what I would suggest you do is throw in a couple $100 into this thing, so that's going to pay for your week to week, because people aren't necessarily used to, in any home-based industry, because they've never been paid instantly, or very, very rarely have they've ever done that, or have had teams of people coded to them in a compensation plan like the SLS work. So because of those factors, you know, you want to be in a position, because the way we pay out and how things go, to really, you know, be able to see what people want to do with respect to their crypto portfolio and make sure that they're financially covered that way. And the second thing is, if they want to do that, but they don't have the risk capital to put in the marketplace, then that's where the SLS calculator comes in. See, the SLS calculator isn't the business, guys. The business is the fact that we've got a phenomenal, we've got a phenomenal course that's going to teach people how to build long-term crypto portfolios and how to trade. The greatest thing about the adjunct or the companionship of the SLS calculator is the fact that it's going to allow those people to participate, to invest their time to bring other people in and put them in a situation, because of their efforts, to make instant crypto, which hopefully is over and above their bills, which becomes risk capital, so that they can start to trade and participate. And that's one of the reasons in the $15 and the $49 courses, we also have demo accounts so that people can participate and be a part of that. Okay, so you guys can unmute yourself with respect to answering the question. So what is the ladder? What is the titled ladder of Crypto Cash Nation on the calculator side, or of the career path? What is the titled ladder? And I may have worded that in a weird way, but some of you.
Yeah, you sure did. What do you mean?
Okay. Sorry. What is the ladder of achievement based on titles, and what are those caveats that you need to hit in order to hit those titles?
So then, what you're asking is, the first one is to become a silver.
Nope. First one is to get your course paid for. It's 2.
Okay, I tried. I'm shutting up.
That's okay. That's okay. Keep going.
Just teasing.
So, hey Barry, you gotta close that mic down for a sec. Someone else. Let's participate together here. So first one is you get 2. You get your course paid for. What's the next part of the titles in Crypto Cash Nation?
Get 4 and be silver.
Okay, great. Get 4 and be silver. And what does silver give you, Dr. K?
20% matching bonus.
And what else does silver get you?
Gets you to infinity.
Ah, perfect. Good. Thank you very much. Okay, now what's the next one? Someone else answer.
Gold 7 personals.
Okay, 7 personals at gold. And what does that give you?
40% match.
Okay, great. And what's the next one?
Platinum.
Okay, what does platinum give you?
Still the 41% in the pool.
Yep.
Company-wide.
Company-wide.
Yep. Plus your 40% of your matching bonus.
Yes.
Yep. Wonderful. Okay, so guys, I really need you to understand this from a compensation point of view. Remember, comp plans just aren't about how much money companies pay out. You hear that all the time. I sit down with a lot of people, guys, and because comp plans, is really kind of my cup of tea. I'll sit down with a person, and usually the first time a person sits down with me and goes, well, hey, our comp plan pays out blah, 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 blah. There's breakage in that. There's breakage in our comp plan too, right? Every company has breakage in it. Just so you guys understand what breakage is breakage is the money that the company makes based on the fact that everybody in that compensation plan doesn't hit every single title, every single, whether it's day, week, or month, based on how their calendars worked out in their mathematics. So that's what breakage is. And most companies, what you'll find is, they'll a lot of people come up and say, well, we pay out, 40%, 80%, 60%, whatever it is. And it's not just how much a company pays out. Now, we pay out a very significant amount of our income for those of you who go up that ladder and achieve that success, which is phenomenal. And it's a wonderful thing. And a lot of the reasons why we do that is because, in a product company can't do that because, or let me ask you guys, why can't a product company pay out the same type of potential profits in their compensation plan that say Crypto Cash Nation? What is the difference between CCN and a product company that's out there?
Overhead,
Overhead. And what makes overhead, Dr. K?
the warehousing and manufacturing of products.
Shipping of products,
Shipping, manufacturing.
manufacturing, storing of products, all of it.
Yes, yeah, exactly. Research and development, that's a big, huge one. So when you think about most product companies out there, there's a lot of phenomenal product companies out there. And look I've been a Melaleuca customer for 16 years, guys, and I love their products. And I've got Watkins products, and I've got Norwex products. We only clean our house with Norwex and Melaleuca stuff. And yeah, I got, my gosh, I think I got about 7 or 8 companies' products at least. Elysian Nootropics, it just doesn't stop. So I love the products in this industry. There's no doubt about it. But the thing is from a business building point of view, is when you take a look at everybody's compensation plan, what I really want you guys to do sometimes is just kind of back up from what's being told to you, and back up from all the hype and hyperbole that you get and all the really cool videos and stuff, and just kind of look at it from a 10,000-foot view and say, okay, based on what they're telling me and based on what I have here, which company has the opportunity, based on how their company is run and what products that they have, to really pay out more money than the other one, right? That's one thing. And then the second thing is how do the titles progress in the company? Because we got to remember, on a compensation plan point of view and human behavior, which is super important, what you're going to find is the fact that most companies, what happens is they make you do something in the first 30 days. And if you don't do that in the first 30 days, and it could be something as simple as getting 2 people in, or it could be something like doing a certain amount of volume, or even both of those things. You got to get a person on your left side and your right side and do a certain amount of volume. And at that point, you become this title. And at that title, that gives you the opportunity for the rest of your time in that company to be able to do something, right? And the reason why companies do that, guys, is twofold. Number one is they're separating the wheat from the chaff. What they're doing is they put a sense of urgency in there for people to go out and to be able to do something, but they also have a very severe punishment if you don't, which means there's a certain amount of the compensation plan that because you didn't do those things, you're never going to be able to earn those until they do some sort of retrobate where they come back in later on and they say, hey, this month we're going to be able to do it again, but you got to do an extra 10% or 15 or 20% of profit. So it's from a behavioral model point of view, what they're doing is they're saying, look, we need to get you off your butt and to get working, because if you don't do it now in the honeymoon phase with our products and what we're doing, then the statistical likelihood in 90 days you're going to be gone. So we need to be able to create that. So what we did is we didn't put any, from our point of view, on the behavioral side, what we did is we switched it from monthly to weekly, specifically because with the SLS and having weeklies, it means that as your organization grows bigger and bigger, the amount of teams of people that are going to be flowing up to you from that 3rd and 4th or 5th and 6th or 7th and 8th of all of your personals is going to be a very, very significant income that's coming up to you. So the challenge is if we did anything that was longer term, then, within that specific, SLS, with respect to the way the compensation plan is now, that would mean that most of the people who are upline wouldn't be in a position, they wouldn't get those bonuses. So it would be detrimental to them. So that's one of the reasons why on the behavioral side, we said, look, we know most people, don't kind of do everything until the last minute. So let's try to get them and give them tools to get things done in the first week, even even if it's only 2. Now, what happens if they don't do it? We don't take away your position, and we don't say that you can't go silver or do all of the other horrible things that most other companies do. We just said, hey, you know what? Okay, that's cool. Where you're not going to have access to the product because you're not paying for it. But in this case, you're still going to be able to put in people and get yourself back up to there and mosey on down the road. So just like we talked about with JC earlier. So that's a behavioral modeled part of our compensation plan. But then let's take it a step further. Most compensation plans, when you get in, and whether they have that kind of, 2-week or 30-day kind of, introductory blitz when you start out to be able to make those profits, the next phase in most of those comp plans usually has what tied to it? Like what kind of things have you guys seen who've been in the industry for a while? What kind of different factors surround you reaching a secondary title in another compensation plan? And don't say the company, just tell me what those different factors were. Once again, this is Alex Trebek in Jeopardy.
400.
Sales, you have to have a sales volume of so much and a personal volume of so much.
Okay, perfect. So you got sales volume, which is one factor. Number 2 is so your personal sales volume, and then probably group or team volume, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
And a minimum of so much in one side and a minimum so much on the other side.
Yeah, well, depending if it's a binary or not. Yeah, absolutely.
1/3, 2/3, something like that.
Okay, so let me ask you guys.
Auto ship.
Oh, go on. And whoever was.
Binaries are terrible, especially when they have flushing.
Yeah. Most binaries don't flush anymore, though. That sounds kind of funny, but
Here's a history.
don't flush. So, yeah.
How about auto ship?
Okay, auto ship. Yeah, auto ship is fine. Yeah. Okay. Now I understand why companies do auto ship. They're in business, and that's how they stay in business. And as long as you can cancel the auto ship anytime, I've never been I've never really had a problem with it. So
No,
one of those.
you're gonna make money. Yeah.
But it also is another thing that you have to, in order to stay qualified, you need to be able to do that, which is fine. And I don't think you're ever going to find a company or too many that don't have some sort of, some sort of revenue stream that's recurring for them in order for them to be in a position to be in profit. Because remember, every company, even a co-op, needs to put themselves to make profits in order for that organization to be able to grow, to be able to continually serve the community that it serves, right? So that's okay. But so we've got personal sales volume, we've got group sales volume, to be able to hit the next title. And how far usually is that next title out? You guys ever actually sat down comp plan to comp plan and all the different companies you've been in?
Oh,
You actually started working out what the average of, to go from, say, title A at the very beginning to title B that might give you, maybe a 500 to a couple $1,000 a month. You ever figured that out?
The amount of recruiting is tremendous for a little amount of money you get there compared to what we get here.
Well, that is true, Dr. K. And it's usually over 2 to 6 times the volume. So if you come into a company and you hit a title in the first 30 days, that's wonderful, because it means that you're basically, on average, if you're a good leader in a company, and if they've done the proper things by you to be able to give you a back office to manage your team, to be able to see the actual numbers, which most companies should report, most don't, but they should. But one of the companies that I was in, we had to get $2,000 in our first month in order to qualify. And if you didn't do that, you lost out on basically every other bonus. And,
Breakaway.
And that was, they said that you had a great leadership if you did 30 to 35% of your people. So that means if you brought in 1,000 people that month, and if only 350 of those people hit that very first level, that would mean that you're doing a great job as a leader. So that means that they're leaving 65% of their people on the table. Well, they're never going to be able to participate in the higher levels of the business. So what happens? Attrition, because people don't want to do it because of those rules and regulations around that. So it's really important, to really kind of like understand, that the 100+ years of experience in putting, this company together, or this co-op together, was done out of all of the things that we didn't like in the network marketing industry. And there's a lot of things we love about the network marketing industry, guys. It's brought us, a lot of us, our time freedom and a lifestyle that other people only, they only kind of look at and go, man, I wish I could have that person's lifestyle. But the thing is when you really start to look at the numbers and you look at how things are derived, and you look at what we have comparatively to what's out there, when you're looking at going from say 2,000 up to about 12,000, or even going from 2 to 6,000, that means that in from month to month, you got to be in a position where you are working right out of the gate, which means you're treating it like a business. So the behavioral modeling of what they're doing is correct, because they're making people who aren't entrepreneurs, and they're putting them in such a really, in essence, a constrained funnel to say, look, if you don't do this, you are never going to get this. So you better get off your rusty dusty and get down the road. So what we're doing is we're not as constrained in the funnel with respect to our compensation plan. But the difference is when you go from getting your 2 to getting your 4, that is a very, very significant accomplishment. And it's not that it's super hard, guys. It's $15. It's $49. Look at, like, if you guys just look at this like a business for a second, I don't want you to look at the $15 a week. And I don't want you to look at the $49 a week. I want you to ask questions to people to say, look at, if you want to change your life, and if you had an opportunity to get into a business that had phenomenal product, wicked customer service, they're doing everything they can to serve their community, and they're doing it right with respect to the way all of the regulations are in this industry. And then you had an opportunity to get into to get that crypto and be in a position to have it instantly, and you could move up the ranks in such a way that you didn't have to worry about your personal sales achievements or your group sales achievements. You didn't have to worry about if you didn't hit those things, where you would fall back. Is that something that would make sense to you? Because I think that's the questions. Those are the questions that you have to have from a leadership point of view, that if you really understood this comp plan and what it entails and how it's going to change people's lives. And I'm not talking about changing people's lives in 6 months or in 2 years like most companies. I'm talking people can get in this and they can change their life in 3 to 5 days, where they can make that extra $300 to $500 because they brought in, 4 people. They brought in 4 people who brought in 4 people at the $49 level, and they just made $1,000 US, $980. So when you're taking a look at what we have comparatively to out there, to go from 2, which is free, to 4, which means you can earn to infinity and you have a matching bonus paid instantly, to add another 3 to go 7, and then just to add another 3 to go 10, holy smackers, guys, that is nothing comparatively to anything you've ever done in your life before. The work ethic that you need to do to be able to put that together is significantly smaller comparatively to any other business. And I think what it is that some of us haven't had an opportunity to look at this from that 10,000 foot view and say, what have I done before? And some had success and some had failure. And why did those things happen? Because you always have to, if you want to grow as a person, you always have to look at the stuff you've done in the past and realize, what were the challenges and how did I learn from that? And then you look at this and you go, man, this thing is an absolute golden goose.
Russell,
what am I doing? Let's go and get it done. Yes, Dr. K.
Sorry to interrupt you, but because what you just said, these numbers, the basic numbers, we have here 7 of our team members on this call. They are new. certainly one of the top leaders, Tex Lyon, Frank from Texas, amazing newcomer today. He's just shown here. And can you show these numbers on the calculator, please, one more time, because we are brand new, only 2 weeks old.
Hey, no problem, no problem. So this is for all you guys, and we're just going to walk up the titles here, okay? So I want you to really think about everything that you've had an opportunity to do in the past and how good you felt in getting those titles. I don't know about you guys, but you know, when we're in a work situation, and most people are, they don't get the pats on the back. They don't get the titles. They don't get the, hey, I'm a this or I'm a that. So it's kind of cool that we get these things for people right away. But anyways,
Russ, could you increase the size of your calculator, or is that?
I don't know. This is a Macintosh. I don't know.
Command plus.
Oh, Martha Stewart. You know what okay.
The propeller and the
you guys
plus.
gonna laugh at me. I'm actually using a PC mouse and keyboard on my new Mac right now. Because this keyboard's tiny. Okay, hold on a second. Command plus. Oh my God. That's why I have a Mac, people, right there. Holy Martha.
Yeah, there you go. That's better. Nice,
Okay.
thanks.
Can, mute out the background noise.
I did. I took care of it.
Okay, so here you go with 2. And with 2 at the $15 level, what it simply means is you're getting paid 66%. What company out there is going to pay you 66% for you know, sharing something with someone else right off the bat and pay you instantly? So here you go. So not only are you earning next week's fee for free based out of your commissions, but the cool thing is you're left with a little bit of extra Bitcoin that's going to sit in your wallet. So, okay, there we go. Now what happens is when you go from 2 to 4, now you're silver, and the goal is to help your 4 get 4. So we're going to put this down to 2 levels. And then there you go. Okay, so here's $76. This here is the foundation. This is what, if you focus on this and continue to focus on this from a business building point of view, you are going to build a great team in this. So $76.
Could you pause there just a second,
Yeah.
Russ? I want to explain this from another perspective very quickly. We're a cooperative, and that means more than just the governance. We are working together to help each other be successful. And what I mean by that is that you are sharing with the co-op, in this case here, 2 of those 4. Okay, now if you were to share if you had 3, okay, you can get paid on 3 levels, and you're sharing 1 with the co-op. But if you're sharing 2 with the co-op each week and they rotate, you're not giving away anybody. If you get a match, you're getting a match even on the people that you're sharing with the co-op that week. Okay, but it's very important to understand from that perspective that you're sharing back the co-op. Well, what is everybody that is in your organizations doing? They're sharing with the co-op, and that means people are going to be coded to you. So that's why we're driving everybody to get 4, because and that what gets them qualified for infinite levels in depth. Okay, because they have done what? They have contributed what we're asking them to contribute to the cooperative. 2 each week, rotating, not the same 2. Okay, so go ahead, Russ.
Awesome, great. So you take the $76, and what is the most logical thing for you to do? Well, it's to go to 49. Now, this is the cool thing. If you are doing this, the likelihood is your people are going to do this. So next thing you know is you've got 442. Your people do the same thing, and all of a sudden with 20 members, you've got $980. Now, this is the coolest thing. There's not, we don't have those big, huge packages that most people have. So looking at that, we don't have to worry about any of that kind of front end load type thing. Okay, there it is. Okay, so now look what happens. Okay, let's just change this back to 15. Okay, and here we go 7. So if you have 4, you want to go to 7. And the reason is 7 is going to put you at gold. So you're making a 40% match. And then looking at this, it's $2,200 a month for about 150 people. So if you look at this, what this is this is basically for North American for most North Americans and Europeans, it's probably, rental on a flat or a place and a car, not a Mercedes or nothing like that, but that's okay. Something to get you from point A to B, something that's going to pay the bills, the insurance, and the gas. It's not life-changing, but it is. It's life-changing for about 97% of the world's population, this is. However, for a lot of us on the phone here, because we've been blessed to be born in the right country with the right, governance and all that kind of stuff, we're very, very fortunate. Then, here, an extra $2,200 a month, you know what this is? This is trading money, guys. for the lack of anything else, don't spend this on your bills. Just hold on to this. Like, look where Bitcoin is. Bitcoin's at a little over 6,000 right now. What happens when trillions of dollars come into the market and start to flow in the market as more of this infrastructure that we hear is being built every single day? It's in the news like crazy, from the banks and the institution, the hedge funds. When that money starts flowing into Bitcoin, how much Bitcoin do you want to make today at 6,100? That's the question I think some of us should ask ourselves. Because that's a really big thing, or even Dash, because of the value of Dash comparatively even to what it was in December. Is like, I think it's down about 70-80%. So it's a wonderful thing. So anyways, looking at this, if you're at the $49 level, this is a professional income. Most professional salespeople usually get a base salary of around 65, and they make about $15,000 to $30,000 in commission. So and they work like crazy, because I know a lot of them. So this is a professional job right here. So if you had the ability to put 147 people in, and they're doing 49, look at this, you've got your stuff paid for. You've helped all of your 7 people. They've got their stuff paid for multiple levels deep, and their people's people have their stuff paid for. There's a lot of people getting their education for free here. So looking at that, this is a very significant number for you guys to understand, because how many people would just absolutely run at the chance to be able to have only 147 people or 150 people in a business and make this kind of money? Of course, tons of people. So
hey,
then,
Russ, now if you'll just do this, just add one more to your personals and watch that number down there change. Just one more to your personals and watch what happens.
There you go. So now you're at basically same amount of people.
How many? There is now. You just added 1, okay, but it went from 149, wasn't it? What, 143? You see what happens when you just add 1 more? It double. Your coded members comes double to you.
Yeah. Yeah, very significant, and that's $100,000. So it's so if you did a 4 and 4 and doubled it, then you're looking at this kind of number. Let's just turn this back to 15 here. Okay, and let's go to 10. Okay, 10, 4, and 3, 210 people at the $15 level, $3,400 a month. But at the $49 level, $10,000 a month. That's significant. 210 people. And you notice I'm not hyping this up and going down 18 levels and all that kind of stuff.
No.
There's no reason to. The reason there's no reason to is because I want you guys to make $500 a month in this first, right? You make $500 a month in this first. Let's talk about how to make 1,000, and then let's talk about how to make 2,000, and then so on and so forth. So we can be very conservative when we show people this, because intelligent people who've been in this industry, they're going to look at this. They're going to look at the fact that there's no buy-in and go, man, this compensation plan is off the friggin' charts. And then when you start to add in the fact that we've got rapid funnel and light speed and all the different tools that we've added in to be able to make this be able to go faster for you, and then you top on that the training, because now you don't have to train anyone. We've done all the training. It's there for you. Everything's done. Everything's push button in this company, guys. So it's just a matter of, are you going to look at what you've done in the past and look at this and go, man, you know what? This is just absolutely amazing. So, for me, personally, I'm, more on the 15 side, helping my 15 get 7. Whoops, not 47. That's a bit weird. And and down 4 levels, and that's 2,200 people. And I think with 52,000 a month, my wife would probably have a bigger smile on her face.
She'd feel a little more secured, is what you're saying.
50,000 a month, she would. So no, but seriously, 2,200 people for a lot of us on this call, guys. On it, like, you know, how many times have we put 2,000 people in a business within the first really 6 months of us being in a company? And have we ever done that? Now I'm talking about a company without a buy-in, right? Without any big packages, just little bits and pieces. But because of the way that everything works, putting yourself in a position to make over $500,000 with 2,200 people, it doesn't happen. It's never happened in the past. But now, because of what we've done, you've got a chance. And that's kind of why I wanted to have a little bit of fun with you guys tonight. You know, sometimes I like it when people don't show up, and I shouldn't say that, but it gives us a chance to kind of, you know, get to know each other more, bond a little bit, you know, ask some questions so you guys can start to see, you know, what the potential of this is. And you start to understand that we've really put together, for those people who are hungry and want to get to work, I think we've put together something that has the greatest value that I've seen in my career, my 20-year career in this industry. You know, and I'm talking about the home-based industry. It's not just network marketing. It's direct sales and affiliate sales as well. So that's something that I'm excited
if
about.
I may add, Russell, that's edifying our compensation plan. There is nothing even close to this kind of income for so little number of reps. I mean, it's incredible. It is one of the 5 elements that makes a great company. The other element is the executives and the people behind it, beside you and JC. I'd like you to edify, really. Z has been silent, but not for a long time. Zoltan, and because of my new people and another leader, she just joined us, Julie, Hungarian leader, top-notch leader, is just looking at this. That's where we have meeting with her tomorrow. I'd like you to really tell everyone, Zoltan, what he is quietly gonna bring to the world and his little bio to edify him, please.
Oh, well, I'll talk for a second, and then I'll get Z to talk. But I just so you guys know, I had Z at the studio today talking all day. So Z, I'm going to unmute you. And just so you guys know, this is an interesting company. Simon, who's one of our administrators, Zoltan, who's one of our administrators, myself, Robin Costello, who is the director of Field Force. Robin's been away the last 2 weeks as he's moving into a new house because of Bitcoin. Thank you very much. And he is going to be back this Saturday. The 4 of us, helped really bring the foreign exchange market to North America in the early 2000s. And, we did very, very well and built a very, a solid company very quickly. And Crypto Z was a massive, massive part of that. And, when we had an opportunity looking at the same, not the same, but pretty close to the same sort of environment or ecosystem starting to happen again, it just made sense for us to reach out and get all of the team back together again, those core people who made the other company work so well, and say, hey, let's do this, but let's do this, based on, a different level of governance in this co-op. So Z, I'm going to introduce you now. If you want to just unmute yourself, that'd be great. You're unmuted, Z, I think.
Awesome. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome at Crypto Cash Nation. And Dr. K, I was silent because it's your show. I mean, in that case, it's your time. But to discuss.
Speak louder, please.
Okay, I'm trying. Is it better now?
Yes.
Yeah, is it better? Sorry, I'm on my phone, and as Russ mentioned, I was just in our studio basically the whole day, and maybe my voice is not perfect. But we recorded quite a few very interesting lessons about trading, about crypto, because where I see a tremendous opportunity for the company, and in that case for all of you, that Bitcoin and blockchain, and rather the blockchain assets, have been representing a unique, innovative technology. So where your unique marketing skills, people skills, will be kind of merged with an absolutely fabulous new technology. And people need you globally, where there are lots of unbanked people. There are lots of people, they do not have, really access to banks, financial institutions. So I was just kind of begging you in terms of to appreciate what we all of us kind of representing. It is not just representing, a business opportunity out of many. This is an historic business opportunity. The biggest financial wealth of transfer is going to be happening right before our eyes. Today, I was kind of playing a little fool with Russ. I showed him a graph, which is basically reflects certain numbers. And let me give you just to those who may not quite familiar with Bitcoin or other blockchain assets. One of the main difference between Bitcoin and let's say the US dollar or fiat currency is that the supply of Bitcoin is limited, and everything governs in an economy by supply and demand, whether we like it or not. Now just imagine something, that Bitcoin has 21 million supply. That's it. There will be no more Bitcoin. So the price is gonna be just increasing in value. There is no any other way just to go up. I'm not saying that there will be these kind of roller coasters. And last year when we had from 1,000 to 2,000, basically it's 100% gain. But now when we have now 6,000, it will take now 100% to make it 12,000. So the mega kind of appreciations will be more and more, and right before our eyes. And you will not realize that in a year or two, when Bitcoin will be tens of thousands and probably hundreds of thousands of dollars, this opportunity, what's just knocking on your door, will be a once in a lifetime. And don't want to kind of overhype it or not. I was fortunate enough last year to ride this bull trend to the max, whatever I was able to. That was the best bull run I've ever seen. And the education, what you can gain with it. This is again a kind of message from CCM. We really want to kind of teach you how to catch a fish, how to fish. So get that knowledge. And if you don't like us, and I told you many times, or those who are listening to me the first time, it's also fine. If you don't like me or don't like Russ or JC, it's not a personal thing, although we won't kind of appreciate that much. But anyway, life is life. But at least get the message that you will need sooner rather than later education, some sort of intelligent information to figure out what's going to happen in the next 3 to 5 years or even more. And once you can understand that the blockchain is happening like the internet in the middle of the 90s, and Amazons and Googles and Facebook's gonna be really growing up, but in a decentralized manner, not in a centralized manner. So let's put it that way. I mean explaining it in our courses in more detail, but this is a strategically very important kind of stand, that you are representing value despite whoever, the the mainstream media is trying to push down, blockchain and the Bitcoin. Why? Because they are scared to death, because we will take over whether they like it or not. I'm not saying it will be just, a cakewalk. Yeah, it's going to be a fight. But more and more countries, more and more companies, and more individuals will be joining this movement. And again, the sooner you can kind of join it, the better will be for you and for your family. You are creating a legacy here. Thank you so much for taking the time and the opportunity to be with us, and just listen to your leaders. They are excellent people, and the best is yet to come. Thank you, Russ, and everybody.
Thanks, Crypto Z. Okay, so you know what? It has been a long day, and there's still a lot of editing we got to do to get more of these courses in the queue, or forgive me, chapters of the course in the queue. So I am going to bid everybody adieu. Thank you very much for your time. I hope that if you're new here, you got a little bit of something out of today, and hopefully it made sense to you. And from there, remember, if this made sense to you, don't waste Thursday. Thursday's coming up in the next 24 hours. If you look in your dashboard, you can simply see, and we created this in your dashboard to make sure that you guys always knew when we were in a position to do our next, our next meeting. And no matter where you are in the world, this is going to be English time, and this is going to be your time. So in one day, in 22 hours, 34 minutes, we've got another overview. So in that overview, why don't we fill this room? We've had 21 people tonight. Why don't we put 40 to 50 people? Let's aim for 50 people, into it in the room, and let's do about a 30 to a 35-minute overview with a bunch of testimonials, because I'd love to hear these testimonials. Yes, go on, Dr. K.
Sorry to interrupt you, but we have major Spanish leaders here. Can you take a minute, show us where the Spanish videos and the Spanish information?
Oh yeah, I was actually just, okay, super. So, okay, great. Okay, so I'm in the back office right now. I'm just, actually, let me go to the front. Okay, so in the front, just click on Espanol. And the front, everything here is in Spanish. We're working on getting this in Spanish as well, our menu system, but I think that most people will probably be able to figure that out. And then on the inside of the deal is when you go up here, go to Espanol, and here we go. 1 second.
That's good Spanish. Ay.
I know. That way. Oh, okay. Here we go. So let's just switch this from English to Spanish. And there we go. So no, let me just get rid of that. Okay, so all of the pages and all the information is in Spanish for you. And then of course, when you go to your educational center, I got the educational center up here. All you need to do is just click on closed caption and click on Spanish, and all of the videos have closed captioned, except for course one. Course one is actually has an actor actually doing it in Spanish, but all the rest of them are done this way. So I hope that answers your question, Dr. K.
Excellent. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. And we are just beginning. We are not even launching yet. Thank you so much.
Yeah. And what we'll do is we'll leave you guys with one of my favorites here.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't stop there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, do that. No, the second one. No, Russ.
She's too busy making crypto to worry about that other stuff. I love that. Okay, so
Yeah,
anyway,
this is it. No, the second one, Russ. Do that. Yeah, that's the one. Shut her down with that one. That's priceless.
I'm gonna do this one. Okay, here we go. And we'll end on this one.
Yes.
Okay, so I hope you guys had a great time today. I hope you had an opportunity to learn something. And this call is officially over. We'll see you on Thursday.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.